What's going on YouTube? This is what we're Josh do. This is the third day of being sick. I'm near the end of it. I am feeling better. Yeah, we have a new product to unbox. This company reached out to me. I know I say that a lot, but hey, I've never heard of the brand before. I don't even know how to say it right. Aferiy? Aferiy? I don't even know how to say it correct, but they reached out to me. And lately I've been on a spree of saying yes to people because sometimes you find things that are super cool. And yeah, this came from a long way. This is the P210. So this is going to be a lithium power bank. That's going to be a power station. That's going to be able to power things in an emergency, off grid, maybe camping. You want to, you know, have some little electricity when you're out camping, and you don't necessarily want to have a generator that's using gas and, you know, polluting the air and noisy, you know, it's noisy. So we got a box inside a box. Now this thing is definitely on the higher scale of weight. Like, I don't have too many things that weigh nearly this much. This thing is heavy, especially considering its size. It's 4.9 inch extra large digital screen, low battery reminder. So there's a built-in alarm. That's kind of cool, actually. There's been a lot of times you're in the middle of gaming and then all of a sudden it just shuts off because some power stations just don't allow the screen to stay on the whole time, so you don't know. So that's kind of cool. BMS, it's got a battery management system. 2,000 watt hours. I mean, that's awesome. This is gonna be one of my higher end power stations that I have. I don't have too many that are, you know, I've got some 1,000 and unders, but yeah, 2,000. That's awesome. Dual cooling fans, multiple safety features, supercharged. You got a whole bunch of specifications here. There you go, a whole bunch of information here. So you got USB-Cs and USB this and type that, and so you can power lights, laptops, tablets. Honestly, something like this, you could power a full-size fridge easily. I don't know why it says mini fridge, but I guess if you're using this for camping, you probably have a mini fridge. But air conditioner, yeah, I mean 2,000 watts, man. That's a whole lot of power. So we're just taking a look at the box here because, you know, this is an unboxing. Oh, and on this side, it shows that there's multiple ways to charge it. You can use AC, you can use the car, you can use solar. So you've got lots of ways. The solar charging speed depends on the sunshine conditions. Yeah, I mean, let's get to the meat and potatoes here. Let's get to the good stuff. I did cheat. Lately I've been trying not to, and I've been trying to experience things for the first time, but this has actually been out for some of the videos I watched were from a year ago, so this isn't an old product, but it's not a brand new one either, and I definitely watched a few different unboxings, so I cheated. I already know what's, you know, what I'm getting into here, kind of, sort of. So this is like a cover to put over the power station. Let's go ahead and just, yeah, so you can basically like keep the sun from directly hitting it. That's cool. Then we have a goodies box here. So inside this box, or not box, that's a thick power cord. My gosh. I'm assuming this thing charges really fast. That is a monster thick cable. I don't have a whole lot of cables that thick. That's crazy. And then we have MC4, so like your solar, to XT90, the bigger plug there. And then we have a spot here to put some smaller like Type-C cables and stuff. It's pretty cool. Apparently this has a 5-year warranty. That's actually pretty crazy. They have an app, control, monitor. Okay. I did not realize they had an app for this thing. Let's go ahead and get that downloading now. Alright, so this is going to be the app. We'll install it. We've got the instruction manual. It just has a whole bunch of information that you're going to need and what each little thing's telling you on the screen, which is pretty cool. So it says that this can function as a UPS. The rated power of the electrical appliance must be lower than 1100 watts, otherwise overload protection may be triggered. So this page just goes over the different schemes you can do for solar panels. And apparently you can use this to charge your car. And then we have some specifications for the battery that is inside the unit. So now, let's get to the actual good stuff here. Oh, okay, I gotta stand up for this. We're getting a different position. That's a big boy. Alrighty, now we've got the actual freaking power station. Let's freaking go. Alright, so let's start with here because I see the two fans. They're pretty good size fans there. There's one of the fans, and there's the other fan. I'm a pretty big fan of these fans. That was super lame. All right. Then we have a button if it, trips, overloads. Then here we've got the input. So it shows DC XT90 input 11.5 to 50 volts for 500 watts maximum. And then 1100 watts max AC. Yeah, so it's going to do 1100 watts of input maximum. And then on the front of the unit, we have our DC button to turn on our DC outputs. So we have 12 volts, 10 amps here for something that uses a car socket, such as an air compressor or a DC powered fridge. I have never used these connections, but it's 12 volts, 3 amps, 12 volts, 3 amps, little DC plugs. And then here, this one's interesting. So it's actually an XT60. It's 12 volts to 25 amps. So anything that uses XT60 as the, this will output to something. So that's pretty cool. We have quick charge 3, 20 watts, 20 watts, 20 watts, 100 watts. So that's actually pretty crazy that you get this many Type-C ports. Like I say it almost all the time. I'm tired of companies just putting one USB-C on there. Having 20 watts for your phone, for your wife's phone, your daughter's phone, and then 100 watts for your laptop or your gaming console or something, a little, like Steam Deck or RG Ally or whatever. That's awesome. Then you got a button to turn all those on and off. Then if you want to charge up something slower, you can use this. But that's awesome, man. 20 watts. 20 watts will charge up, any phone pretty fast. All right, you got a giant power button here, and then a button for the light. And then interesting, so on this side, we have more fans. So there's at least 4 fans in this thing. So, 2 of them are pushing air in one way, and the other's sucking it out. So it's got a nice wind tunnel in there, basically. We have a button here to turn the AC on and off. And then we have our outlets here, which there's a lot of them. You can power the mini fridge, the laptop, the drone, or you could power the drone with the Type-C ports. But anyways, that's a lot of ports on here. And they're the angled ones, so they're 20 amps instead of the normal traditional, I believe 15. I'm not an electrician. I don't really know. So the only thing we have on this side is going to be some information about the battery, the unit that's in here. So again, that's going to be P210, 2000 watt hours. AC recharge is 1100 watts maximum. The DC input can do 500 watts, 18 watts, 20 watts, 100 watts. LED uses 1 watt. Off-grid mode rated for 2400 watts. UPS mode rated for 1200 watts. And then here on the top, we've got this access panel to store some things, like maybe the instruction manual, so you don't forget how it works. You'll have to kind of cram it in there, but there you go. That's awesome, because then you'll, hey, what's this error? What's this message? What's this mean? You have it right there, so that's awesome. All right, let's get that power cord wherever I put it. Josh, where did you put the power cord? You can't lose it. It's freaking thick. Oh, no. I'm actually going crazy. What did I do with it? He going crazy. Did it go back in the box? No? Y'all, I don't want to admit this, but I'm going to admit it. I looked everywhere for that power cable. I could not find it. I literally had to watch my security video for my living room to see where it went, and I couldn't find it because it was in here. Oh my gosh. But another cool thing about this is you got this thing. You can just store it right in here. And look, there you go. You'll never freaking be like me and lose it. So that's awesome. I just heard the thing click and make some noises and sounds, and then the screen came on. I'll tell you what, the cable it comes with isn't very long. We're drawing almost 1100 watts right now, so that's a pretty fast charge. Got the light. Wow. Okay, that's actually bright. And then it flashes. And then turns off. So it just instantly comes on at its highest brightness. And then, yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. We got the USB. When you click that, it shows USB's active. When you do the light, it shows the light's active. And then DC shows y'all. I grew up in the 90s, all right? I definitely know what that is. But yeah, so it says here 2 hours till fully charged. But now, let's check out that app. Let's freaking do it. I gotta set up an account. And now we'll add a device. Okay, allow while using. Oh, sure. Oh, it found the unit. So there we go. Add it. Oh, it beeped. And it has a little Bluetooth thing there. And we're going to connect this thing to our freaking Wi-Fi. Let's go. That's awesome. There's not a way to scan. You just have to, like, type it in. Esta es muy interesante. Oh, it's got a... What is that on? That's... What? Network config successful. Alright, so then, yeah, we... Oh, cool, yeah. It joined the network. It shows the AC in. Let me move this. And if we had DC in, you would see that on the screen as well. And then, yeah, you could turn on USB, turn it off, turn on the AC output, turn it off, LED light, turn it on, turn it off, SOS or flash. And let's dig into the settings and let's see what all we can find here. So we have a device icon, can't really change that. Change the name. Permission management, limit binding, that's weird. Sounds, so you can turn on sounds and stuff. Remote shutdown. When the device is charging, it cannot be remotely shut down. Do you want to perform a shutdown operation? Oh, okay. So I thought that was going to like enable it for the future, but no, it's literally if you don't have it charging, you hit that and it turns it off. So energy management. Cool. So yeah, discharge lower limit. You could change that. AC upper limit in EPS mode. Change that. Charging setting. AC silent charging. What does that do? I clicked it. Let's see. It's lowering. Oh yeah, it's lowering. Getting lower and lower. How low can you go? So it looks like that limits it to 500 watts. So we'll turn that off. AC booking charge. Not sure what that means. AC charging power. Cool, 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 cool. So, say you know you're plugged into something that can only output a certain wattage. You can literally go here and go, oh, 300 watts. And now it's going to lower it down to 300 watts. Heck yeah, that's pretty cool. And then you've got, 500, 700, 900, 1100. Change back to 1100. Maximum charging current setting. 20 and, oh, wow. So 15, 10, all the way to 1. Interesting. DC input setting. PV mode. Standby time. AC standby time. You can set it in, so never close. 8 hours, 16 hours, or 24 hours. DC standby. Same thing. Never 8 hours, 16, 24. USB standby. 3 minutes, never close. Up to 30 minutes. So when the port is open but not connected, it'll automatically turn off the... Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. So whole machine unused time. 5 minutes to 4. When all ports are closed, it will automatically shut down. Huh. That's pretty neat. So you can do 5, which mine was set to automatically, or 10, 30, or 480 minutes. Interesting. Network configuration, you can change that. Firmware version. Alright, so right now there's nothing here. Alright, I'm going to let this thing charge up here. We'll be back when it's fully charged. Alright, so I've had the pleasure of using this unit for the last couple of weeks, and I'm extremely impressed with it. Lately I've been using it as a UPS, so like last night my power went out on 2 separate occasions, and I didn't lose my internet. I was still watching my show. I was still playing my video game. Nothing got interrupted. I didn't lose any progress. Nothing restarted because this was functioning as a UPS. And it charges at 1100 watts, which is pretty fast. Not the fastest, but it's still fast nonetheless. And also, whenever the battery in here is fully charged, you'll notice that the input and the output are exactly the same because it's functioning from the grid directly and not from the actual inverter. Real quick, this is what I was talking about. So we got 165 in, 165 out, and it's powering the TV, and it's at 100% charge. I don't have a use for these two DC outputs, and also I live in an apartment with apartments above me, so I don't have a way to bring in any solar while using my Xbox or PlayStation and my TV and running my internet and everything that I'm using in the living room. This thing can easily run for, 8 or 9 hours without any power input coming into it. So far, I'm extremely impressed with the unit. My only really negative thing to say about it is the app. So if you have Android, you have to download this Bright EMS app. If you have an iPhone, you download the Aferiy app. But there's also a Bright EMS app. And once you link it to one, the other one won't function correctly. The app feels delayed. You hit light and it takes 2 seconds for the light to come on. The app just feels unpolished, and I want the same experience on iOS and on Android. Well, that's my only critique I have. I'm impressed with the unit so far. All right, so now we're just gonna basically turn on this dryer here and turn it on with high. And then if you can hear me, we're gonna plug in the, oh, nope. It cut the TV off. So it was in UPS mode where it was being plugged in. So we're gonna try that again. All right, now we're not gonna be in UPS mode. All right, so at 1500 watts. And we're gonna turn on this guy too. I should have worn my mic, but if you can hear me. 2400 watts, 42 minutes with these two things going. And from my experience, it'll do this for quite a while. All right, so 119 degrees, and then you can tell that's the cold side. And of course, these things are generating a very large amount of heat that I can't even read on the screen there. So there you go, there's the thermal reading of everything. And then from this side. So it's been running just fine for a while now. I'm gonna plug it into the wall. All right, yeah, so as soon as I plugged it in, it cut everything off because of UPS mode. But yeah, the fans are currently on right now. You can hear them, but they're quiet. There you go, there's the fans. And the cool thing is it has fans on both sides. So it's literally like a wind tunnel in there. I'm gonna have a link to it in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. This is What Would Josh Do? And I'm out.